Sam Bahadur is all about the charm and charisma of Field Marshal Sam Manekshaw, which is depicted so well by Vicky Kaushal. But it's the filmmaking that leaves you for more. Hello guys, I'm Nona Prince, and biopics in India are always something difficult to work with, especially when they are based on real people. You have to be very sensitive, be it a public figure in recent times or a historical figure. People have their own perception of them, and if you try to break it, they find it offensive. So most films depict them on one note only. Either they were bad or good, that's it. And that's why most of these films become like a highlight reel. It's like chapters from their life. This happened, this happened, this happened, this happened. And because most of them are like this, it's not exciting anymore. And don't get me wrong, with Sam Bahadur, Meghna Gulzar has told the story very sincerely. It feels very authentic and well researched. And because there's so much available about this person, even in public forum, at moments it feels like a documentary, almost. But still, she managed to give some human moments for a character that will always be looked as a villain to the country. But it's Sam Bahadur that she turns into a superhuman, and it is very well deserved. The feats the field marshal had accomplished in his life, protecting his country on and off field, and the way in which he did, the characteristics he had, because it's not common. And the way Vicky Kaushal portrays that, it proves why I am such a big fan of him. Because it's very easy that it goes into caricature mode, but that doesn't happen. Vicky owns it. Be it the way he talks or he moves around, the body language he carries throughout the film, the way he gets his mannerisms, the walk, and even in moments where some actors would not be thinking about it, but he does it. There's a scene where he's carrying a drunk person with him, but even in that scene you can see he's in the character. He's still moving like that. When you witness that wittiness, the way he delivers dialogues, it is an experience. And just for that, it's worth watching. Now, if you know about Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple, there are actually two films based on him. One is just called Jobs with Ashton Kutcher, and it's a typical biopic. And then there's another film called Steve Jobs with Michael Fassbender. In that film, they take a different approach to telling a biopic by just taking 3 events from the life of this guy, and just through that, explaining the character and his relationship with others. It is genius, and it is actually well done. You can check it out. That's the kind of excitement and innovation you're looking forward to. But that's not something you'll find in this film, because again, it takes that similar route. It's again a highlight reel, event by event. The first scene is when he's a baby and his name is changed, which honestly, thinking about it later, was it very needed? It's a fun fact that his name was different and they changed it because of a very particular reason, but it doesn't add anything to the narrative. And then we get a scene which later comes again in the film very late, just to reveal the title of the film. And then again we go back to his initial days in the army, pre-independence, then the first time he meets his wife, then directly we jump to he already has a kid, then the partition happens, then how he's promoted. And through all these jumps, we explore the army life, how things change around partition, how politics affect everything, how he became a target of someone's jealousy, and a lot of complex issues which we just rushed through. Some of the interesting elements in the film were his relationship with his wife, with the then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, and a kind of a hint of a love triangle, maybe not love triangle, just a triangle between the three. And we all know Indira Gandhi was also an affluent person. We are getting a biopic of her too with Kangna. But the way she was depicted in this film, played by Fatima Sana Shaikh, both the Dangal sisters are here actually, I was not a big fan of it because it felt very one tone and it felt she only has one expression throughout the film. Now, there was a lot of cutting back to real footage throughout the film, and sometimes they showed the real person and then we cut back to the movie person, which I don't really enjoy. And because of this, at moments you also feel like you're watching a history lesson, which I don't mind personally, and it's not a wrong thing. I'm a big history buff, but is that very exciting for everyone? I don't know. And because of all this, storytelling wise, you don't find any innovation. Not that they had to do it. Their focus was to present this person and his persona, and they did that really well. You remember Sam Bahadur for performance for a very long time, but will you remember the film for a long time? I don't think so. And that's where the debate arises. What is more important? The performance of this person, that's why it's called a biopic, or the way that story is told? Now, there's a lot of debate for this film also, Animal. You can check out my review here and all the controversies that's happening. What are your thoughts on Sam Bahadur? If you have seen it, let me know in the comments below, and I will see you next time.